you miss Brian Windhorst from ESPN with some terrific takes and some insight on what's going on in the NBA right now and what could play out next July. He called the most powerful man in the sport in the NBA. Not an owner, not the commissioner. It's Kevin Durant. His decision in the first 4 or 5 days of July will tip the balance of power in the NBA, will alter it, or not at all. Look, I don't know Durant. I only see what I see, hear what I hear, assume what I assume. We all know the danger in that. Why are we discounting the fact that he could re-sign there? Why are we throwing that out, saying there's no way? No, the Knicks have an extra spot, and he has to, with his window of opportunity, he has to create his own thing. He's got to be the main sun around which other stars orbit. And Kyrie's coming because he's from Northern Jersey. I mean, why do we assume that? Why do we assume that Kevin Durant won't look at things when he gives the Warriors a shot? All right, I got Curry. Clay's staying here. Brian Windhorst said the reason why Draymond Green signed with Rich Paul of Clutch Sports is exactly why Anthony Davis signed there. Not because he wants to play with LeBron, but because he wants a wartime consigliere is what he used. A wartime consigliere. He's going to war. Well, he said wartime. He didn't say consigliere. You threw that out there with Tom Hagen.
Of course, you have to be other.
And so he wants to go ahead and get out of where he's getting out or get his from Golden State. Why wouldn't the Warriors just let him get what he wants?
So
trade him.
Let Draymond walk.
Well, I mean, not walk. They'd have to trade him. He's not unrestricted. Durant's the unrestricted one.
Got it.
Give Boogie Cousins a big fat deal. Let Draymond walk. And stick with everybody if Durant wants to stay around. Do you think Durant needs the money from his NBA contract? Like that's his main source of income? Why can't Durant look at things the way we're assuming LeBron does, which is it's a business. It's also part of a bigger brand. He's building a brand. He's building what he wants post-career. Why wouldn't Durant want to stick around in Northern California? Moving to a new facility. He gets championships. What if they win again and he's the NBA Finals MVP again? So not only do they win again, they win for a third straight time.
Yeah, it's 4 out of 5.
They win for a third straight time, making the only NBA Finals MVP of this dynastic stretch Andre Iguodala and Kevin Durant. And you're in a situation where Steph Curry doesn't care, which is remarkable.
I also don't believe that.
I believe it.
You think that Curry doesn't care about not being Finals MVP?
I do.
It would kind of bother me that the team that I created, this guy comes in and takes what should be mine.
It doesn't take what it should be mine. He's helping give what is Curry's a ring on the finger.
Which they would have got anyway.
No, I don't think so. You think?
They won 73 games without Durant.
Hold on a second. Don't forget how they won their first and how they lost their second.
Draymond Green kicked LeBron in the junk.
Exactly. And they didn't have the horses to overcome it. And the first one, they needed Andre Iguodala to play out of his mind. You think the way, with Draymond being a main engine for them, with Clay and Steph, without Durant, they would have won the last two and steamrolled their way maybe to another one? I don't think so at all. I don't believe that for a second.
It might have taken 6 or 7 games.
I don't believe it. It would have been much harder, much more difficult, and I think less possible. And that's why the
Warriors. When you add a top 3 player, it's going to be pretty easy.
I know. Well, it's going to make it easier, but it also will make the championships happen that wouldn't have otherwise.
But you can't say that because they
I did.
won one without him.
I did.
And they set the record for wins without him.
Into this microphone.
And all of a sudden he comes and they're just breezing through the playoffs. They lost one game in the playoffs
I know
last
that.
year.
Which is why I think the Warriors aren't going to let him walk.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.